Welcome to the channel. We just received information that there will be a new patch tonight. It's quite unexpected, so let's take a closer look at what it contains. So I guess the most important thing is another Rebalance of all classes and field of view new feature. As I already mentioned, the changes will be implemented on October 7th and 8th, depending on the location of your server. We can also expect a new Harvest Bounty holiday event.
Raise a tankard with glee. Merrily sing along to the tavern's tune. And celebrate not becoming a demon's dinner with a feast to topple all others' harvest bounty. From November 17th, 3 a.m. December 1st, 3 a.m. server time. You can revel in joyous success by completing daily tasks to fill in tiles on the event board. Each tile you fill in will add a little gold to your coin purse, but aspirants' keys, set items, dusts, and more will be bestowed upon those who fill in an entire row or column on the board. Fill out the entire board and receive a proper autumnal bounty, a legendary crest, and two telluric pearls. Additionally, 6 Revelers bundles will be added to the shop in celebration of the holiday. Head to the in-game shop on November 17th to check them out.
So we have the opportunity to collect some additional rewards in our long and hard journey of improving legendary gems. But let's take a look at the feature update. Auxiliary Gem Inlay.
Players can place an extra auxiliary legendary gem into an already equipped legendary gem. The primary gem's affix will be replaced by the new auxiliary gem at rank 1. Resonance, combat rating, and magic find bonus will still be based upon the primary gem. The auxiliary gem must have at least the same quality star rating as the primary, and you cannot have duplicate gems equipped in either the primary or auxiliary slot. Players invest both a great deal of resources and time into ranking up their legendary gems, so deciding to try out a new legendary gem hasn't been an easy decision. We added this feature with the intent that it would allow players to try out new legendary gems without giving up the combat rating and resources associated with their highly ranked gems.
So we know that the new system will leave us with a combat rating and resonance from original gem, but we will get effect from the new gem, but at rank 1. So I can't tell, it might be very useful because whole mystery of legendary gems effects are at higher ranks. Most people know rank 1 effect, I guess. But here we have another feature, Gem Power Transfer.
This legendary gem feature allows players to utilize the gem power of 5-star legendary gems they have stopped using without losing them. This feature consists of 3 interacting parts: extraction, infusion, and transfer. Only 5-star any star rating legendary gems of at least rank 2 can be extracted, infused, or transferred. Note that these actions will not change the quality or rank of the gem involved. Extraction. This option removes the gem power from a legendary gem, rendering it dormant and depositing the gem power in your inventory. A dormant gem cannot be upgraded, nor can it be socketed into equipment. It can, however, be used as an auxiliary gem. If the gem was unbound or bound, then the subsequent gem power will follow suit.
So I guess this option will be practically useless, because as a result we will only receive a gem that will be used to test other gems' effects. Lock to rank 1.
Infusion. This option transfers gem power into a dormant legendary gem to return it to full functionality. Gem power and other legendary gems can be consumed to perform an infusion. If the dormant gem being infused is unbound or bound, then any material infused must also be unbound or bound to maintain that status. Note that legendary gems consumed for infusion are treated as W. Hence players use a legendary gem for gem power.
So the infusion will be probably sort of reverse the extraction. However, I cannot be sure, so it's better to wait a bit and see it in practice.
Transfer. Like infusion, Transfer is about getting gem power back into a dormant legendary gem, returning it to full functionality. The notable difference is that initially a player must choose another eligible legendary gem that is 5-star any star rating and at least rank 2 to supply gem power. The power supplying gem will be rendered dormant, and the previously dormant gem will be returned to full functionality. If the gem supplying power in the transfer is not sufficient, the player will be prompted to make up the difference as if they were infusing with other materials, gem power or other legendary gems. When using multiple materials in transfer, the original power supplying gem will still be rendered dormant, but the supporting materials follow the rules of infusion and will be fully consumed. The rules concerning unbound or bound status still apply in a transfer.
So here things are even more complicated, so it will be best to review the new system once it is available, just to not mislead anyone. But personally, I am very disappointed that we will not get the option to exchange to star gems if developers really want to increase utility. Instead of demand for 5-star gems, then 2 and 1 star should be included. However, for me the most interesting change is the introduction of an increased field of view.
Field of view increase. The in-game camera's field of vision has been automatically increased, allowing players on all platforms to see more of their surroundings at a glance. We believe this change will improve the gameplay experience for players now that they have an increased heads-up visually.
However, I am concerned about how older devices will handle it. It's no secret that increased FOV increases resource requirements because a larger area will be rendered. We will see.
Immortals and Shadows. If a player transitions from being an immortal to a shadow and wins Challenge of the Immortal with their newly joined clan, they will be unable to become an immortal again since they were an immortal in the previous cycle. Class Balance. General. The damage players deal to summons is reduced from 200% to 150% in Battleground and Rite of Exile.
They really want us to place summons in PvP.
Barbarian skill, leap, maximum charges increase from 1 to 2. Barbarian items, animal instinct. Shocking chaos, maximum leap charges increase from 1 to 2. Battlemaster's helm. Demoralize cooldown reduced from 30 to 20 seconds. Bestial threat, demoralize cooldown reduced from 16 to 12 seconds. Determination. Fully charged damage from furious charge increased by 20%. Time to fully charge furious charge reduced from 1 to 0.5 seconds. Furious charge maximum charges increased from 2 to 3. Car's Defiance, the absorb shield granted by leap, now provides immunity to knockback while active.
And here we mainly have increased mobility, but combined with the new anti-CC essence, I expect a lot of barbarians this season.
Blood Knight skills. Abomination, activation of the skill now damages nearby enemies in addition to causing fear. Duration of fear increased from 2 to 3 seconds, cooldown reduced from 15 to 12 seconds. Abomination Blood Rush. Skill range reduced from 7 to 5 meters, maximum charges increased from 1 to 2. Knockback affects enemy players. Abomination Shattering Fists, the third attack in the series, will additionally stun for 2 seconds. Blood Knight items. Ageless Cross, Umbral Lance cooldown reduced from 12 to 9 seconds. Blood Theriac, Umbral Lance maximum charges increased from 1 to 2. Horns of Hext, Siphon blood damage reduced by 10%. Woundwell, Umbral Lance maximum charges increased from 2 to 3.
So in the case of Blood Knight, apart from the buff for rarely used skills, there is a nerf for Siphon blood. I personally think it's still minor.
Crusader skill. Consecration, cooldown reduced from 15 to 12 seconds. Crusader items. Amonis Carnoa, Essence Mastery no longer reduces cooldown of shield charge, instead increasing damage bonus from 10% up to 19%. Heaven Squints, reduce the amount of screen shake because of casting Judgment. Greatly increased the movement speed of the light beam from Judgment. Increased Judgment damage by 80%. Long Palm. Sweep attack damage increased by 15%. Maximum charges increased from 1 to 2. Many Aegis. Consecration cooldown reduced from 15 to 12 seconds. Parrying Plates. Conjuration of light duration increased from 4.5 to 5.5 seconds. Shield's Wath. Shield charge damage increased by 38%. Shield charge cooldown reduced from 16 to 12 seconds. Demon Hunter skills. Daring Swing. Cooldown reduced from 10 to 9 seconds. Skill animation time reduced. Knife Trap. Cooldown reduced from 12 to 9 seconds. Skill range increased from 6 to 8 meters. Arming time has been reduced significantly to the point where traps deploy almost immediately. Demon Hunter items. Chill-Wraith Mantle. Hangman's Gambit. Daring Swing cooldown reduced from 10 to 9 seconds. Daring Swing animation time reduced. Clutching Nails. Dancing in Place. Faint Kiff. Inescapable Raptor. Intended Consequences. Legwards of the Inevitable Inferno. The Paw Boiler. Night Traps cooldown reduced from 12 to 9 seconds. Knife Traps range increased from 6 to 8 meters. Knife Traps arming time has been reduced significantly to the point where traps deploy almost immediately. Plate of Lethal Intent. Since arming time has been adjusted, the function of this legendary item has also changed and no longer affects arming time. Hitting an enemy with a primary attack now reduces the cooldown of Knife Trap. Monk skill. 7-sided strike. Damage increased by 10%. Monk items. Dragon's Indignation. 7-sided strike damage increased by 18%. Ice Upon the Blossom. 7-sided strike damage increased by 18%. Chill effect duration from 7-sided strike increased from 3 to 6 seconds. Pugilist Presence. 7-sided strike damage increased by 14%. Spokes of the Wheel. Essence Mastery no longer reduces cooldown, instead increasing damage bonus from 10% to 19%. Necromancer skill. Corpse Explosion. Damage fall off from hitting a target with multiple explosions reduced from 30% to 20% per hit. Necromancer items. Lone Preserver. Damage fall off from hitting a target with multiple corpse explosions, reduced from 30% to 20% per hit. Surge and Stillness. Damage fall off from hitting a target with multiple corpse explosions reduced from 30% to 20% per hit. Corpses move 30% faster. Siltstrider. Bone Armor's duration of effect has been reduced from 4 to 2 seconds. This will allow for quicker corpse generation. Bone Armor's total damage is reduced by 27%, but damage per tick increased by 57%. Bone Armor's cooldown reduced from 12 to 8 seconds. Tremulous Boil. Damage fall off from hitting a target with multiple corpse explosions reduced from 30% to 20% per hit. Fear Detonation damage increased by 33%.
So in the case of the Necromancer, we have a significant buff to the explosion of corpses. I consider this a very good change, considering how complex this skill is to use. However, I would like to see a buff to its range here. I encourage you to check out my build for explosions, because it will be even better after this update.
Wizard skill. Black Hole. Cooldown reduced from 20 to 18 seconds. Wizard items. Devouring Void. Black Hole's cooldown reduced from 20 to 18 seconds. Close Rupture. Explosion delay from Black Hole reduced from 2 to 1.5 seconds. Explosion damage from Black Hole increased by 30%. Maximum Black Hole charges increased from 1 to 2. Black Hole's cooldown reduced from 12 to 6 seconds. Black Hole no longer knocks back and stuns. Crust Claw. Damage reduction against continual damage effects has been decreased. Silver Lining. A single direct hit from Black Hole now increases damage you deal by 15%. Multiple hits no longer required to trigger. Essence Mastery increases the damage bonus of Black Hole up to 28.5%. Black Hole's damage bonus duration increased from 2 to 6 seconds. Sprite Spark. Skills and primary attacks can now be used during the living lightning created by Lightning Nova.
and this will be terribly overpower, or at least I think so. As for the black hole, it is an interesting change, but I did not use it due to the long cooldown. Maybe not will be more useful, we'll see. But overall, the changes look interesting. I can't wait to check things in practice. And as always, thanks for watching.